All right, guys. So this time, I want to do what I said I was going to do before. I want to update you guys on a few things because I know a lot of you guys are new here, and this is a way that you can kind of get to know me by me answering a few questions, and we're going to try to keep it brief. I answered one question already, so check out that video, and that was about how was I able to pay down so much of this mortgage in a few years. And I go into telling you about my landlord eviction journey and how that actually helped me rather than hurt me. Okay. So check out that video. It took way longer, but hopefully the rest of these questions and things I want to update you guys on will not take that long because we're not doing it. We not doing it. I'm hungry. Didn't even eat because I said if I eat, all of this is going to be delayed. Okay. All right. So I was affected by the 2018 shutdown. Somebody asked me, was I affected by that? I absolutely was. And the way my company worked at that time was we still got paid. They allowed us, they created a new charge code. It was like, I don't know, let's say shutdown charge code. So they allowed us to charge the shutdown charge code. So they still paid us. And what they did is they gave us an extended amount of time, let's say 6 months, to kind of work off those hours. So if I put, let's say, 40 hours into the extended charge code, because you can use a combination of pay time off, and then you can just also charge this extra charge code. So if I did 40 hours, let's say they gave me 6 months to try to work off that 40 hours by working extra, like maybe if I worked an hour extra a day or an hour extra a week, that extra hour can eat up some of that money or some of them hours that I borrowed from my company. So they just came up with creative strategies so that we didn't have to miss a paycheck and so that they didn't necessarily have to take a hit either. Now remember, it's still a risk for the company, but again, it just depends on how your company is structured or how a company is structured, what they prepare for, if they do how we should do in our lives. Remember I say, save up an emergency fund, right? So that when things like this happen, you can still pay your bills. Well, companies, businesses, small businesses should do the same. They should save up an emergency fund so that there's always something in the cash kitty cow banks so that when times like this pop up, which they will when you're a contractor, that they have a way of handling it. Because sometimes what separates one small company from the next small company is how they can take care of you during these times, okay? Oh, now, I also want to tell y'all about this. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I did start a Buy Me a Coffee account. All right. And I really like it. I really like it. It's way better than Facebook memberships and things like that. So feel free to visit the link if you ever want to buy me a coffee. I really like white chocolate mochas. I really like white chocolate mochas. So if you ever want to buy me a coffee or just give me a little tip, $1, $5 or whatever. But also, outside of that, this is a great place where if you have questions that you want me to answer in video form, or even to you personally, if you don't want a video made about it, you can let me know. But you can actually do that over there at Buy Me a Coffee. And you can also leave a video or a voice note over there, okay? So video, boom. And then if you do that, I think you really should. This could totally be a thing. Let me know if I can use your video in the video. And then if you don't want me to, that's cool too. Just let me know. Let me know. But I think that would be a cool little community. I also saw over there, because I'm pretty new to it, that I can actually make... Oh, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Never mind. I seen the mailman, and he done delivered some wrong mail to my house, and I was about to go give it right back to him, but he was so fast, y'all. So anyways, Buy Me a Coffee. Consider that. It can be a total thing, a total community, because I see that I can actually put some other videos over there, some private videos just for people over there. So just consider that, y'all. Buy Me a Coffee. Link is in the description below. Also, I wanted to let you know, because again, I know that we have a lot of new family members here, and I saw a few comments where people would say stuff like, oh, good thing you're single, good thing you don't have any kids, good thing, good thing, good thing, good thing, good thing. You know, it's always a good thing. Why you're able to survive or weather certain storms, right? So I just wanted to let you guys know that I am not single. I have a wonderful partner, Jay. No, we're not married, but we are shacking up, and we've been shacking up for like 3 years. We've been together for, I think, going on 7 years. Come November, I met him on Thanksgiving Day in 2018, Thanksgiving Day, which is so appropriate because I am an avid practitioner of gratitude. I do a daily gratitude list, and I've been doing this for y'all over 10 years. I've been doing it for over 10 years with my friends, with my good friends. I used to run gratitude groups where I used to have other people like you all, and we would do lists together. I would group you guys into like different groups, and we would just be a little gratitude community, small groups, and just work out life that way. Just work out life through gratitude. And so, yeah, so it was very appropriate that I would meet this wonderful, wonderful man on Thanksgiving Day that many years ago. And we've been rocking ever since. As for me, I have a son. He is 32, y'all. I had my baby when I was 16. 16. So yeah, so my son is a whole grown man. He does not live here. He lives on his own out there in the world, and he is doing great. He is doing awesome. We actually have some videos together on his channel because at one point when he was living here, when he was a little young wee man, we were doing a budget series together. So you can check that out because he was all over the place. He was all over the place. So there's that. But that may also be a good series that if you have young people, I don't know, it could be a thing. If you're going to learn anything or not, I don't know. You might just learn how hot mess up my son was because he's hilarious. He's hilarious. He's all over the place. He's unique. He's quirky. He's all of those things. So that's that. Now, Jay, he also has a daughter. She is 17. She's a senior in high school this year. And so that actually, what's that word? So that actually plays a part in our decisions because when I did realized I was being laid off and then the government shut down, my whole response to that was, babe, we can go live in a whole nother country because that's my dream. I want to live somewhere else. I don't want to live here. And it doesn't even have anything to do with the state of the world today, what's happening with America. It has everything to do with my passion for travel, my passion for being out in them streets, for exploring different cultures and just being there. So I don't have one place that I want to go live. I want to travel around, but I want to travel in a slower manner where we're actually living someplace 1 month at a time. Well, now's not the time because G is a senior in high school, and it's very important that we're able to be involved in her life this year. And to be involved, I don't want to be flying back and forth from a whole nother country. So that's what that is. But yeah, so we got some people, y'all. We got some people. Tesla update, y'all. I'll tell you, you can't even make this stuff up. And you know what? Dang. All right, let me play this for y'all.
Hello, Mr. Davis. Detective City Police Department. When you get a chance, can you please give me a call back at 41? Thank you.
To replay this message, press 1.
I don't know if y'all understood that. But I was at work one day. Then I went out to my car and I realized I got this message. And the video text, the transcriber text that I could read said, "Hello, Miss Davis. This is Detective from Baltimore City Police Department. When you get a chance, can you please give me a call back?" Y'all, I did not give this man a call back immediately. You know who I called first? I called my man, Jay. Because I was like, why was Baltimore Police Department be calling me? Is my baby okay? So I called him. He was fine. So then I called back. Like, what the heck? So when I called this man back, and I was about to call him back again, but I was like, let me just leave well enough alone. Y'all, why he asked me, was I the owner of a Tesla? I forgot to add this part. He also was like, good thing I called back because he had already dispatched like the police to come find me at my house or wherever.
So yeah, so after I called back, he was like, he canceled that order. But in case they did pop up on me, just tell them X, Y, and Z. Forgot to add that part.
And he started asking me all these questions. And I'm like, no, I used to own it. I said, but the Tesla, I traded it in with Lucid. So he got all that information. And I said, and then I believe they sold it at an auction. So then he got that information. So I'm like, sir, what's going on? What's happening? He told me my Tesla had been set on fire. They found it and it was set on fire. And it traced back to me. And he said at the time, that's all he could tell me. He was like, that was all he could tell me because it was still it was an active investigation. What the heck? So of course I tried to like do a search in the news or whatever to try to see like Tesla on fire, Tesla set on fire. And I got nothing. But because I was stalking my car, because I really loved my car, I never took the app off my phone. And so like right now it says last seen 2 months ago. And it's just spinning. So that means like it's not getting a signal or whatever. But I used to watch this baby because she was like being charged up every day. And I was like, oh. But the funny part about it is they had changed the name. They had changed the name of my car. Her name used to be Zendaya Ashe. They changed her name to the Bippers. Bippers. The S is a dollar sign. D-A. The Bippers. Y'all know what that means? Y'all know what that means. Drop down in the comment if you know what a bipper is. If you know what bippers, bipper, if you know any of that, what it means. Now I'm going to tell you what it means. For those of you who ain't got time for this. What it means is people who do like smash and grabs. Let me Google that. Make sure I'm giving y'all the right words, the right terms. What is a bipper? Slang. Yeah. So they it's a Bay Area slang. And it says bipper is slang for a car burglar. Bipping is the act of smashing car windows and stealing valuables quickly. And I got a story about that too. But we ain't even going to do a side convo. So, yeah. So the bippers. Burglars? What? Car was set on fire? What? So... And so, of course, you know me. I call Lucid because Lucid. Why? If I turn this car over to y'all, I done signed the title and all of that stuff to you all. Why is this thing still coming back to me? Because I guess the way it works, and y'all let me also know in the comments if this is the way it works with auction. When you buy a car from auction, they don't give you my information or the information. They don't give you the title of, my title with my name and my soul and all of that. You pay all of these fees and all of this stuff so you get the new title. Everything is transferred over to you. But is it true that the fact is then it's up to you to go to DMV or MVA or whoever it is and finish the transaction, finish the paperwork so that everything is cleanly titled over to you? Is that how it works? Like, why would my name still be found in connection to this car? Y'all let me know, because I don't know, but I want to call this guy. Y'all think I should call him? Y'all let me know too. Should I call this detective and be like, I want to follow up on that case? Or is there a public way that I can request information on it? I don't have a case number or anything. Y'all let me know so we can be nosy together and I can know and then y'all can know. Tell me in the comments. Okay, next thing I put in my notes to talk about. All right, so the last time I've been laid off. So there was a video too. I was like laid off. So I had talked to that team as well. Because again, it was pretty cool. I was the only woman on the team. So I just reached out to them to see, you know, how things were going. And they was like, basically, like, they didn't get another tester again. Also, for those of you who don't know, what do I do by day? And somebody actually did ask this question. They said, what type of job do you have? That's a good paycheck after taxes. And that was referring to my October budget video, which that was actually a lower paycheck than I'm used to, right? So what do? I am a software test engineer. That's what I do. And I think they call it QA now, quality assurance, right? So a developer gets an assignment from a customer, basically saying, this is what I want. I want an app that does X, Y, and Z. I'm the person who goes in and checks the homework. Is the app doing X, Y, and Z? Does it meet the requirements? Is there bugs in this app? Can I hack into this app? Like, I just test the ins and outs of the apps by the letter and by spirit. Things that I test by spirit, I bring it up. Like, listen, this isn't an acceptance criteria. However, is this something we want to take a look at? I change y'all's battery. Okay. So that's what I do. I'm a software test engineer. And that could also involve gathering requirements. That can also involve writing up documentation, writing up test plans, writing up test scenarios, test cases. That can also involve training, teaching users how to do things, or giving demonstrations of a system. So all of those things, to include automated testing, right? I know a lot of comments, especially on the shutdown videos, have been saying stuff about AI replacing jobs. Well, AI can't do everything. AI can't.
It takes a forensic eye to pick up on errors, and so it was Chris Rudge who was reviewing a report by the federal government in August. The report by consultancy firm Deloitte was handed to the government a month earlier, and the Sydney Uni law lecturer was going through it line by line. And so I just continued to study the footnotes, and they just continued 1, 2, 3, 4. In the end, there were more than 20 mistakes. I recognised many of the references because they're names of my colleagues, and I'm in the area. It's all about regulation. And as soon as I saw that books were attributed to my colleagues that I'd never heard of, I quickly concluded that they were fabricated. This was no ordinary report. After the robo-debt scandal, in which the former coalition government unlawfully pursued welfare recipients, the Albanese government commissioned Deloitte to review the welfare compliance system. And it came at a hefty price tag of $440,000. But it turns out Deloitte used AI to produce the report, causing the mistakes.
This is a really classic example of an AI hallucinating. So a hallucination is when a model produces output that is potentially incorrect, incomplete, or not what you would expect. And in this case, it has produced citations that don't exist. They're not real documents out there.
After Chris Rudge went public with the errors in the Australian Financial Review, the government asked Deloitte to correct the report. In the version reissued last week, Deloitte revealed it had used AI from Microsoft's Azure platform, licensed by the Department of Employment and Workplace Relations. This case raises a much bigger existential question. How can we know what the truth is? Right now, we're living in the age of what some refer to as AI slop. And unless AI becomes smarter, the distinction between what's real and what's fake could get, well, sloppier.
Because even AI, which I would say the closest thing we would have with automated testing would be AI-ish. But AI can't test what is being built in real time, right? AI can be a leak, can be vulnerable. If we don't want something to get out there to the, there's just a lot of nuances. Because even with working with the government, there's a lot of firewalls to go through, a lot of protocols to go through, a lot of things that you just can't use the internet to do, right? Because this is secret work, classified work, hence government work. So that's how that goes down. So with talking to that old team, they were saying that they've been releasing a lot of buggy code. They was like they've been having to redo all kind of builds. They've been having to do a lot of extra deployments, a lot of extra things because they release stuff and the things break, things have bugs. And they was just basically saying a lot of things that wouldn't be the case had you still been here. And even if not me, just somebody who did the role that I did. So that's an update with that right there, with that position. And then I have this question because y'all know I gotta lose it. I had a Tesla. My Tesla was a 2013 Tesla Model S. Okay, loved that car down. That was bae right there, right? But y'all know it was a one of the first generation cars. It was out of warranty. Things were starting to break, and unlike a normal gas vehicle, the prices to get these things fixed was astronomical. Is that the word? Astronomical. Were big, huge, out of this world. And I had it fixed in October to the tune of between $6,000 and $7,000, right? Then it ended up breaking down again, and they tried to tell me it was going to be $8,000. I rejected that. I rebuked that in the name of God. And I fixed $4,000 worth to get it back on the road. $4,000. And then I traded it in for the Lucid. Okay. My car was grandfathered in, so it had free charging for life. It was grandfathered in no matter who I sold it to. You know, when the bippers got it, it was free charging for life. Like I said, it was always at the charging station. Yeah, so I never paid for charging. I couldn't even tell you what the going rate for charging a car would be. And that's that. And the other thing I want to say, even when we go back to the bippers and they said the car was set on fire, part of me was like, was the car set on fire or did the car catch on fire? Like, which one was it? But then I guess if it caught on fire on its own, it wouldn't have been an investigation. Like somebody would actually report it, right? To your insurance agency or whoever, rather than just abandoning it, leaving it up to somebody to investigate. I don't know. Y'all tell me what we gonna do. How we gonna find out the answers to this? But I'm saying if it caught on fire, then wow, was I spared? I was so spared, right? So I have a question for Rochelle Adamson Budget. She's also a Tesla owner. She lives in Hawaii. She has a YouTube channel. Check her out because she talks that good money talk as well. Rochelle Adamson Budgets. She asked me this question. She was like, how does it feel to pay for charging for the first time ever? It's so cheap. I didn't even think about it when we started paying a couple of years ago. Girl, that's not my story. That's not my story. Baby, come hither, please. Come here, please. I want to ask you a question. Rochelle had asked, how does it feel to pay for charging again for the car, right? And she says, it's so cheap because they got a Tesla in Hawaii. It's so cheap that they didn't even think about it when they had started paying a couple of years ago. What's your answer to that question?
I don't know what's the price difference between a Tesla charge and another brand instead of a Tesla, but it equals out to like you pay higher than what I pay in gas when you charge. Because last time we looked at it, it was like $30 something. I was driving all day yesterday. 14 hours, the car was on, and I only spent like almost 7 gallons of gas, and that was $20.
There you have it. And his car is a hybrid. Yours is a hybrid, right?
Yes.
Yep, his is a hybrid.
It's not a plug-in, so, you know.
No, it's not a plug-in.
Hybrid.
Yeah, it's a regular hybrid, not a plug-in. Y'all, that's how I feel about it. It's expensive. It's expensive. I drove.
But what benefits us with the car is that it's usually getting charged at home.
Yeah, I normally don't charge out there in the world. Yeah. I charge here at home. So every now and again when we're on a road trip, we charge out in the world, and I think it's expensive. It's been like, I paid like $48 one time, $30-something one time. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like, it's
gas.
Yeah, it's like having an 8-cylinder right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't, and I'm using, I don't know if the Tesla charging stations are less priced. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm using like EVgo. We use like what? ChargePoint America.
They're all high.
They're all high. They're high. So I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. You look handsome. He's just stepping in the house.
Yeah, I was doing some errands.
Yeah. So that's the answer to that question there. No, it's not inexpensive. I don't even know what to tell you. I think the thing that helps is the fact that, like he said, I charge here at home, and that hasn't ran up my electric bill. Y'all seen my electric bill in the budgets. So there's that. So thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to thumbs up. Talk to me down there in the comments. Go buy me a coffee if you're so inclined. And subscribe. And then let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll be back. Peace.